Hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bowhunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkovic. Today we're going to talk about two different types of binoculars. 10 power binoculars versus 8 power binoculars. What's better? What should you have? Why do you need one versus the other? And where do they shine? So stick around. Here's what we're going to cover. Before you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button down there in the lower corner. That way you hit the bell notification. You get all my new info when it comes out here for you. But I have two pairs of binoculars here. My Swarovski 10x42s. I love these. Had them for 16, 17 years. And I just bought these because I'm actually doing a review and another video on these where these will be compared with another pair of Vortex binoculars and kind of review on both. But I thought it's a perfect time to explain also the differences between a 10 power and an 8 power binocular and what's going to be the best way to go for you. First of all, what you're talking about when you talk about the power, to put it very simply here in basic terms, is 8 times what you see with your eyes. An 8 power binocular, if you can see something and you put these binoculars up and look to it, it will bring that in 8 times closer than what you see with your eye. A 10 power will bring them in 10 times closer. So automatically you're going to think, well, then I just want the 10 power. It's going to be closer. Not true. It may be closer, but there's some disadvantages. There's pros and cons to each of these binoculars. Now, I'm not doing side-by-side comparisons because it's not fair. I have a $2,500 pair of binoculars, and I have a 23, whatever these are, and then this is a $220 pair of binoculars. So there's no comparison between them. Both of them are fantastic. When you watch my review coming up, I don't know if it'll be before or after this video on these, you will love these. These are incredible binoculars. These are Vortex Diamondback 8x42s, I think they are, or 8x42s. These are a phenomenal pair of binoculars. But when you're looking at it, yes, the 10 power is going to magnify it 10 times, 8 power is going to magnify it 8 times. The issue there comes in, though, is the light gathering capability. The higher the power is, the less light you can actually get in there. It has to do with exit pupil diameters, the objective lens size. But even, like these are 10x42, these are 8x42s. They have the same size objective lenses, okay? So they're very similar there. But this being a 10 power would let less light into it than these do. Given the fact that these binoculars are a lot better, higher quality binocular, I can actually still, the comparison, like I said, when I was doing them side by side, I can't give you a legit comparison of having a 10 power of these and an 8 power, because then the 8 power would probably gather more light. In my particular situation, the Swarovski still win, but these are phenomenal. But typically speaking, if you have the higher the power you go, the less low light capability you're going to get with them. The other issue with a higher power binocular is you're going to get more handshake. With these, if I want to, yes, I can see farther, bringing things in closer to me, but because they're reaching out there longer, you get a little more of this inside the lens. I'll exaggerate it, but when you're looking through there, everything kind of looks like it's doing this a little bit in there, unless you stabilize. So you're going to want to bring your arms in and stabilize. You're not going to take these, hold your bow in your hand and look like this real good and be able to count points on a deer at 100 yards. It's not going to happen. Okay, you just can't hand hold that steady enough to do that. You need to actually lean that bow against you, lock your elbows in and come in stable where you can see, or lean against a tree or do something. So they are bringing it in closer, but you're getting a little more shake in there as well too. Where with these can be stabilized a lot easier and a lot smoother in there, and I can even do it one-handed and keep that a lot more stable so that you get the advantage. So trying to count points on animals is about a wash in a reality, because of the fact that unless you stabilize those, these work just about as good because there's less shake. It may not be as close in, but less shake helps as well too. So an 8 to 10 power almost cancels itself out when it comes to that, unless you have the capability of stabilizing them. And I don't mean you need to be on a tripod, but if you can be on your sitting down on your butt with your elbows on your knees, or you can tuck them in tight to you like this and use 2 hands, then that 10 power is going to work just fine. But again, one-handed operation like this, where you're holding your bow and you're looking and you're trying to score a deer, 10 power can be tough to do that with. 8 power can be a little bit easier. 8 power, like I said, better low light capabilities. Weight wise, 8 to 10, they're usually the same. Body size, they're the same. So if you buy a Vortex Diamondback in a 10 power or an 8 power, they will be dimensionally the same. Same with the Swarovskis, they will be dimensionally the same between an 8x42 and a 10x42. It's just the power range is in there is different. Where does a 10 power shine? Or a higher power one shine? It's going to come in real handy for places like I bought these specifically for certain hunts, where I like them, using them as like I bought them for caribou hunting, where I need to be able to see and judge animals at quite a distance out there, 800,000 yards, see them where they are, and then watch them come in and be able to kind of judge them and figure things out. These came in very handy for that. When I hunt javelina down in Texas and stuff, these are great. I can scan for a great distance. I can see those things better than I can with an 8-power. Will an 8-power do what you need it to? Yes. They're great. This is actually, 8-power is probably the best all-around general power range for a binocular that's been made. Two most common, 8 and 10. But the 8-power will suffice for 90% of it. These, they come in handy for specific things. I also like them when I'm hog hunting down south, because you get these pigs that, you know, during the day when you're spot and stalk trying to find them, a lot of times they're holed up. And you're up there in these little pig beds up on the ridges and things. It's nice to be on over here and be able to look at that ridge and look and identify hair on that pig and say, that's not a rock or a stump, that's an actual pig. I can see it. I can see it breathing. I can identify the hair on it. I can see an eye. That's where these things come in really handy. They get you in a little bit closer. So there's a good reason to own 10-power, but for 99% of what we're going to do, I think an 8-power is going to be better suited for everybody. They're going to have better low light capability. You don't have to worry about the shake as much, and you can handhold them with one hand pretty well and do what you need to while you're holding onto your bow or your gun or whatever. They stabilize well. They get you in there close enough. They got great glass in them. So there is a trade-off. For, like I said, 90% of people, I would say go with an 8-power. If you are doing a trip, or you do trips, like I said, with some variation, that a 10-power might be handy, it's worth buying it. But I would not buy this first as my only. If you're only going to have one, make it an 8-power. If you're going to have two, make it a 10. I actually don't own a pair of 8-power binoculars. I don't need to. These I bought, like I said, to do the reviews on, but I'm not keeping them. But I've talked about them so many times that I have so many friends that have them, that instead of borrowing theirs and doing a review on a couple-year-old version, and I thought I'd just buy them, and I've been using them for the last week and a half. I've got 2 pairs of them. I got these, and actually I have the 8x32s, okay, just kind of as a thing to show you there. But I have been using these things religiously for the last week and a half. They're incredible, great glasses. But I don't own 8s. I actually run a pair, they're discontinued, can't find them anymore. Nobody makes them, but I run a pair of 7x30s and a pair of 10x42s. These are my 2 binoculars that I use all the time. 7x30s I use for everything. This is almost equivalent to an 8x42. Okay, there's a lot of advantage to these. They work great. They give me all the stuff I'm looking for. So that's my setup. So I don't think owning just a pair of 10, if I had a choice and could only own one, I'd own these before I would own these, before I'd own the 10-powers. I'd take the 7-power all day long before I would take the 10-power, especially for whitetail deer hunting and things like that. So the 8-power bridges both of those together and does everything well enough that I think it's going to be your best bet. But you can't go wrong with either, but the 8 is where it's at. The 10 is going to become something you may end up going with, you know, honestly, with the technology out there today and how you'll use these for a couple specific hunts, you might want to go with an 8-power and a 12-power. You know, a 12x56 or something like that, so that you have them. They're going to be bigger, but you can also run them on a tripod as well for some of your western hunting. So there is things that you got to consider, but this one, when it comes to the 8 versus 10 power, forget what sells more, forget what that stuff is out there. Take it from the people that use these things on a regular basis. And 8-power is going to be much more user-friendly, more advantageous in so many scenarios. And if you're only buying one binocular, let it be an 8-power. Specialty, 10-power binoculars are a specialty. Or if you live somewhere out west where, like I said, you're dealing with wide open country all the time, then maybe a 10-power. But for 90% of the people watching this video, I think an 8 is going to be your better choice for the reasons we explained in there. So, in an I do believe that 8x42 is the way to go. These 8x30s, 8x32s are really, really nice. Okay, the amount of light gathering capable in these, now I've been out here doing this at night. You can see back behind me, I cut a couple targets here. 3D bear target, I got a 3D deer target there. And then deeper in the woods back there, I got another 3D deer target buried in the ferns, and another one behind a tree that you can't see that's over there too. Well, I've been out here each night as the sun has been going down and it's getting dark out, comparing this one versus this one, and when I cannot see them with this one, and how long till this in the dark, and seeing what that low light capabilities are. 8x42 shines. 8x30 or 8x32 that this is, not bad. But this 8x42, best all-round binocular I think you could possibly have. There will be links for this down below for you. The Swarovski version, incredible. The difference between this and this is huge, but understand we're talking about two different things. I mean, you can't say that they're even or they're the same. I mean, you're literally talking two completely irrelevant different kind of scenarios. This is like this would be like calling this is like a Ford Ranger and this is like a Ford F-350 diesel. You know, they're two completely separate kind of things to them, and this can't match that. But for the couple $100, this is incredible. And you've heard me say it, if you watch my Swarovski video, I said in there, when I did a video on those, I said that don't skip the middle stuff, okay? Go with something affordable, and then until you can save the money to get up to a Swarovski type glass if you want to go that way. And I still 100% stand behind that, and I still always will. This is a $200 binocular that, in my opinion, is going to be just as good a quality and rival the stuff out there that's $300, $400, almost $500. The quality of this is incredible. There's a reason I chose to review the Diamondback line, okay? It is the line that I think offers the best value for your money, giving you incredible optics that's going to last you for a long time, and then would give you a chance to save up money. So if you ever did want to go better, you're stepping right into the best ones you could possibly get, and then you don't ever buy binoculars again. 8x42 power, I think, is great. 10's good. This video, 8 versus 10, 8 wins for 99% of us. I just swallowed a mosquito, sorry. But if you are Western hunting, something like that, open country, that 10 power might be something that you would consider. But if you're hunting whitetails in the woods, things like that, 8x42, can't go wrong. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more stuff soon. If you like these binoculars, either one of these two pairs I showed, down below will be links for them here for you as well too. So, all right, thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye.